Hey Dunchbags, what's going on? It's Landon Remixes here, and welcome to my review of the second studio EP by a word that I say a lot in my reviews. This one is called Do It for the Kids. Title reminding me a little bit of Blink-182's Stay Together for the Kids, but that's completely irrelevant. Is a dubstep producer duo, and they've always seemed to surprise me with a sound design that is completely off the wall and unique for dubstep. Maybe taking a bit of influence from Skrillex himself, even though they did name 2 tracks after Skrillex, both of which I was a huge fan of. I'd heard this EP was coming for a while, but actually missed the first single on this, Try Harder, which I'm kind of sad about and kind of happy about in the same way, because this one is probably my least favorite on the EP. In my opinion, it's a fairly weak opener for the EP. I would have preferred something like the title track, Do It for the Kids, which I was absolutely in love with, to open up this EP rather than this guy. This one's a little bit slower, still retaining a kind of dubstep sound, but kind of more toward a glitch hop tempo. This one definitely isn't bad, it's just really blown out of the park by the 2 other tracks on this EP. Do It for the Kids, and Do It for the Kids, when I first heard it, I was pretty blown away. The clever and unique sampling on this is absolutely out of the park. The drop sounds like some kind of standard dubstep beat combined with nature's cricket sounds. The percussion as well on this one is all over the place, completely surprising at every turn. Each piece of this track was completely unique, making it for something that I can come back to over and over again and constantly notice new things with it. And then it only got better from there, because after I heard this one, they suddenly dropped which is the last track on the EP. I feel like this one did an even better job experimenting and being a little more diverse than Do It for the Kids, which I had already loved. And understandably, this one is a really great closer. Has a lot of samples. It talks about animal noises, which does take me back to the track Do It for the Kids when the cricket sounds were used in the drop. About the first 2/3 of this track are fairly experimental, and then once that 2/3 are over, it completely drops into this crazy hard dubstep sound, which really takes me back to the fact that I think on YouTube I saw a lot of commenters not really digging the sound, and they just were like, what is this crap? And this really proves right there that they can make that signature hard dubstep sound that is a little more popular with your kind of standard EDM fans, Zomboy, Skrillex. This one is probably a little bit reminiscent of Skrillex's EP, Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, except it's a little bit harder, a little bit dirtier, and a little bit grungier than that, in my opinion. When people don't really like the experimental style of that's where this track comes in, and they really prove themselves by making something diverse and hard at the same time. I'm not absolutely in love with this EP as a whole, but I really like the last 2 tracks on this, and although I feel like neither of them are really going to work as good in a live setting, which is a bit of a downfall, it's something that I can come back to and listen to on repeat, even if just to kind of get inspiration from 2 producers that clearly know what they're doing and know how to make something completely different and out of the park. I'm gonna go ahead and give the Do It for the Kids EP a solid 7. Like I said in my last review, I definitely want you guys to suggest me more dubstep so that I can keep listening to it and kind of diversify my ears. Anyway, I'm Landon Remixes. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you later. Peace.